My name is Ana Soto, and I will be presenting on the job of Assistant City Prosecutor. I had the privilege of interviewing Assistant City Prosecutor Ashwini Das from the city of Mesa. From the conversation that I had with Assistant Prosecutor Das, she was able to share that Assistant City Prosecutors serve the municipality, the city courts, in prosecuting misdemeanor crimes and city violations of that city. They negotiate cases, plea agreements, they are in charge of their jury trials, they present motions, evidence, they interview witnesses, police officers, any party that is related to the case. Prosecutor Dawes also shared that her office works in two different ways when it comes to cases and working through these cases, is that they will either be charging cases or citing cases. So in a charging case, it'll come from a complaint. Citing case comes from an officer citation, and her office actually has different prosecutors who handle different tasks. There is a prosecutor who handles arraignments where resolution for cases typically happens. There's a prosecutor who handles in custody cases where the defendant spent the night in jail. And then there are division prosecutor cases um, in which the cases were not resolved at arraignment. They get sent to a division for trial or further case resolution. And these are examples of criminal misdemeanor crimes and city violations. So for city violations, they see cases like pigeon feeding cases and cases like property damage, like graffiti. And in terms of misdemeanor crimes, they can either come from domestic violence disputes or also non-felony DUIs. And there's a lot more cases. This is just an example of what kind of cases they see. And the required qualifications to obtain this type of position is that number one, you need to have your Juris Doctorate degree from a school accredited by the American Bar Association. And number two is to possess good moral character. As far as preferred qualifications, it varies by jurisdiction, but across the board, there has to be some experience there in the practice of law. There has to be good moral value system there, the ability to communicate, be competent and knowledgeable in city code and state statutes, be proficient in technology, and have experience in legal research. And for salary expectations, I research for different cities here in Arizona what the salary range, and so it seems to be across the board pretty on average, pretty consistent, pretty competitive. And in this discussion that I had with Assistant City Prosecutor Das, this current stressor or struggle in the field seemed to be coming from being short-staffed, and they don't have enough prosecutors, and therefore that leads to higher volume of cases. In terms of a struggle in the field, there is a legal issue of marijuana DUI cases that are difficult in prevailing. Um, as far as ways to cope, she says that the city of Mesa provides a great work environment. For her, it's important to take time off. Additionally, City of Mesa does have for their employees or government employees, they work 4 10-hour shifts, which means they have Fridays off. As far as the interview process, it is applying at the City of Mesa site. There is an interview and a panel interview too. There is a background check, a lie detector test, and then from there, if all qualifications are met, there will be an offer extended. The positions are open to newer law school grads or veteran lawyers. It provides a great training grounds if you want to start in small city courts and then expand to a bigger city government. And currently, City of Phoenix, Gilbert, and Chandler do not have any openings, but City of Mesa and Tucson do. And the only disqualifiers really to this position is the existence of having a criminal record. In order to be a practicing attorney, you should have past personal character, moral fitness. So an existence of a criminal record could also be connected with history of unethical behavior, which could cause bar complaints. So just having a clean record is imperative in this type of position. It is a government position, so therefore it is under public scrutiny and under public funding.